Hey there guys, Aldershot here, and today we're gonna do an early impression video on Tabletop Simulator, developed by Berserk Games and on sale on Steam for the regular price of $15. Now this is an early access game, so there is gonna be a couple of rough edges, and not all the features are quite implemented, so do keep that in mind. There's no music yet, so if you do hear music, it's just my own editing. I just overlaid a bit of music for the sake of audio interest. And also, the video might read 20 or 30 or maybe even 40 minutes, but I assure you that the impression is not going to be that long. I'm going to try and keep it as short as possible. At the end of the impression video, I am going to edit in a full game of Magic the Gathering that I've stumbled upon in Tabletop Simulator in multiplayer, just to give you a good example of what an organized game is capable of in this game. Alright, so again, it's not going to be as long as the video says, but at the end of it I will cut into a game of Magic that I've played on this, just give you guys a good idea of what an organized game might actually be like. So what is Tabletop Simulator? Well, it is exactly as the name states. Alright, it is a simulation of various tabletop games, and it is very much a sandbox game, and because of this is quite versatile. You can play virtually any kind of tabletop game that you can imagine. So let's actually get into it to give you an example. Alright, so let's just go into Mahjong, why not? So here we are. You can kind of move the camera around, you can zoom in and out as you would expect, and you can obviously pick up pieces and kind of throw them around. It does have a pretty decent physics system behind it as well. Alright, so you can do quite a lot of it. You can do quite a lot in this game. You can actually play dominoes and knock them over like you would in any kind of dominoes that you might have seen. So that's actually kind of cool. Alright. And you can actually flip the table as well out of a fit of rage. Of course, everyone will get pissed off at you, but that's besides the point. Alright. Now you can actually play a variety of games in this, not just Mahjong, so let's just take a look at that. We got backgammon as well. Alright, and we also have various card games that you can play. You can obviously flip the cards over and all that sort of stuff. And there's also its own little game that they kind of put in themselves, Card Bots. I have no idea how to play this game at all. Let's see what else is there. There's checkers, of course, and chess. There's also poker, various different types of poker, Texas Hold'em and all that stuff. There's also sandbox mode where you can kind of just goof around and make your own game if you want. And there's also RPG, which is really, really cool because you can actually play D&D on this game. Now, given it is definitely best handled complex games like D&D with a well-organized group, without a doubt. Some of the character models are actually pretty neat. They do move, especially when you pick them up and make them attack and all that stuff. And they have various animations depending on the number keys that you hit, which is pretty awesome. Now, unlike other digital tabletop games, for example, Magic Online, for example, those games are made specifically for that game mode, obviously, Magic. So, the turns are automatic, the damage dealt is automatic, all the rules and everything you would expect is done automatically. This game's not so much. Not so much at all, because this is really more of a sandbox game. So just like real life, the game expects you to keep track of scores, whose turn it is, placements of objects and all that stuff completely on the player. So let's say I'm playing checkers. Alright, so I'll move a turn here, and then you wait till your next player and he'll move right there. Of course, I can cheat. I can take 6 turns. I don't even have to place it in the right areas if I don't want to. Obviously, you could do that in real life as well, but it's probably frowned upon. Alright? So this game really expects the player to decide on the rulings and the placement of objects, just the organization of the game in general, completely on the player. So obviously when you're playing online, a mic is going to be extremely helpful. There will be a text box available for those who don't have a mic as well, or those who might be a little bit shy. Alright. So let's go back into the D&D thing just for a second, because this is actually really cool because they give you floor tiles that you can kind of place and make your own dungeon. I'm doing a terrible example of that right now. Alright, so something like that. Let's put this corner piece right here. Alright, and let's take this wall piece here. So you can kind of design your own dungeon, and obviously you can spawn more pieces as necessary as well. I'll show you an example of that as well real quick. Tables, you can change tables, spawn objects, here we go, RPG kit, so I can spawn beers if I want to, alright, or some wolves, alright. Obviously we're going after some more flooring, so we'll spawn some more floor tiles, spawn some more wall tiles, some more corner tiles. Now we can create a pretty epic dungeon if we choose so. Obviously this is going to take a little bit of time, so I'm not going to do that in this video, just to give you an example of what you can expect. Alright, so again, because this is completely player controlled, this is an absolute sandbox. All rulings and turn bases and object placement is completely based on the player. Playing a complex game like D&D will still require a pen and paper on the player's end. It will still require a lot of player coordination, best done with a familiar group of friends for sure. But it definitely has a potential. So if let's say you're a D&D player but you moved away, here's your opportunity to continue playing your campaign but in a digital form, as it really does simulate what you can do in real life as you would in the game, okay? And just like real life, after a game you have to clean up, alright? And we really experienced that during our MTG game. So let's get out of this. Let's actually explore some of the online functionality. So we're not going to save that. We don't need to. Now, unfortunately, the only problem with this sort of philosophy of gaming is when you're starting a random game, it's a bit of a mixed bag. You'll either get a lot of trolls who's just there to ruin your game, flip your table and all that stuff, which happens quite often, unfortunately, or you actually run into some pretty decent folks who's willing to coordinate with you and just, you know, have a nice game with you and all that stuff. Alright, so here we are, we're in an online game. I have no idea what this guy is doing right now. I think this is just sandbox mode right now, so we can just kind of screw with this game if we want to, which unfortunately is most often the case when you're playing online. Alright, so that's one thing about this game, is that when you're playing online, you'll get trolls, and that is going to be a little bit hard to control. You can ban and kick people as you choose, which is obviously very, very useful here. But unfortunately, once someone flips the table, the game's ruined, and that's a bit annoying. So a lot of games online are password protected, so you're going to have to find a dedicated group of friends in order to actually enjoy yourself in this game. And that's just the way it's going to be. That's definitely going to be one of the drawbacks. Let's get out of this. Alright, back to main menu. Now, as you can see, the game is a little bit crude looking. It's very, very basic. Alright, and there's really not that much to do on your own, except for maybe play solitaire, which the game definitely allows you to. So without a dedicated group of friends to play this with you, it will only offer a limited amount of value, unfortunately. So this is a bit of a niche game. It's definitely for people who is willing to cooperate, for one thing, and for those people who have a group of friends who's willing to buy this game with you and coordinate a game together. Alright, so overall, I have to say, oh, actually, before I conclude, I do want to show you that's one thing that's actually really, really awesome. We'll go back to the menu here. go back to single player, we can actually go into a custom game, and you can customize your own deck design. And you don't even technically have to upload your own game. You can actually just implement, you know, a URL for an image. It'll give you an option to implement an image for the backs of the game, of the cards, and it'll give you an option to implement URLs for individual face cards of each card that you decide to customize. Alright, and I've seen people make Uno, I've seen people make Magic the Gathering, I've seen people make Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh games out of this, and it's absolutely impressive, especially when you get into a coordinated game where people are willing to cooperate. And that's really the key. Alright, you're playing online randomly, it's a mixed bag like I mentioned before. You're going to find trolls which are going to ruin your game. But you can find decent people, or you can find a group of players who are your friends, and you're able to put the time into customizing a game. You can very much make Magic the Gathering or Yu-Gi-Oh or whatever kind of game you want, which makes this game exceptionally versatile. I'm really excited to see what other game modes and what else they're going to do with this, because the one coordinated game I had with Magic the Gathering, that was exceptionally enjoyable, though, you know, because this is all player coordinated on turns, and you have to do your own tapping when you're playing Magic, for example. It is a little bit more clunky, it is a little bit more time consuming than, let's say, playing Magic online or something like that. But overall, the versatility of this game makes the grand scope of it all amazing. To be completely honest, I am absolutely amazed by the sheer scope and possibilities that this game has to offer. Although admittedly the visuals are a little bit crude, there's no music quite yet, and there's a lot of trolls online, so there are the downfalls. But some of the positives is definitely its versatility, you know, the ability to play virtually any tabletop game you can ever imagine. Now, I'm a big fan of Dominion. I've done an impression video on Dominion online. I'm pretty sure if you put the time into customizing your decks, you can create Dominion in this game as well. So again, you can, anything that you can imagine, you can pretty much play with this tabletop simulation game. So yeah, pretty enjoyable game, I have to say. It has a lot of potential indeed. You will need friends, absolutely. You're definitely going to need friends in order to enjoy this game at its full potential. You're definitely going to want to at least find online players who are willing to coordinate with you. So there is that, alright? So that's about it, guys. Not a bad game for sure. Incredible potential. The scope of this game is incredibly impressive. It does have a few flaws, as mentioned before. Crude visuals and trolls online is definitely going to hold it back a little bit. But if you have friends who's willing to play this with you, I think you will have a good time. As, to be honest, this is less a game, more of a toolbox for you to design your games. So that's actually pretty cool. So that's it for this impression. Not bad at all. At the end of this video, or at the end of what I'm about to say, I will post a video of me playing MTG, or Magic the Gathering, with actually a random person I found online who is actually very nice. His name is Teal, and he set up a game of Magic. We had a grand old laugh, as he was not a troll, I was not a troll, so we managed to actually have a pretty good game. And I'll show that at the end of this video, just to give you an example of the potential that Tabletop Simulator has. That's it from me, guys. I hope you guys found this informative. Hope you guys found this enjoyable. If you did, do please send me some love, like, share, fave, and comment. But most importantly, please subscribe. Help me grow and feed me my vegetables. Thanks for watching, guys. All the shout outs. Dude, this blue-black deck is pretty badass, actually. There's a couple of neat cards here. Okay.
So I have four this time, so that's two.
Are they 1-1s?
The same as yours, two twos, black zombies.
Gotcha.
Okay, this one's actually don't mind as much. Pick that because I can play that on it.
Alright, sure.
It's actually not a zombie.
No, unfortunately it isn't. I wish it was right now.
So I'm guessing there's nothing you can do. Tap out, right?
Yeah, that's correct. How long did it take you to put this game together with all these decks and stuff like that? I'm sure you must have spent some time customizing.
No, somebody else did it, and then they did a save game, and then they uploaded the save game file to nexusmods.com.
Oh wow, that's excellent. So I take it this game
Yeah,
supports mods.
there's no, it's just a save game state. Like
I,
somebody else went through the work of setting this up, and then they just saved the game.
that's brilliant. That's awesome.
And there's also a a two-player version of this where it actually has a game board and it has like a graphical layout, like the table setup.
Right, I get you. That's pretty cool.
Okay, so that was a black cell again.
Yep.
Oh, wait a second.
I have 2/2/2s.
Yeah, I just realized that.
Four damage. Well, it's a bit of a predicament here. I'm going to take the risk and take it. God damn it. And cast sleep.
Did you take the one from the...
No, I didn't. I want to do that now. So full swing.
Okay. So that leaves me at 3.
Yep. I think that's my turn. I'm really impressed by this game right now. This is actually pretty interesting.
Okay, I got 6 of these tokens.
I see Dark's with me. You gotta do something about the flyer, dude. Oh, I didn't mean literally.
Oh, this whole time I could have been returning this to my hand. Do it maybe the next time, yes.
Oh, it happens. I think I might be dead. Whoops, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Maybe not dead. I'm gonna go ahead and crack this land.
Can we have some tokens, please?
What kind of tokens?
Just 2 1/1 tokens.
Like,
For that card.
okay. Give me just a second. There's actually no humans, it's all like monsters and stuff. So I'm gonna give you lizard orders.
Sure.
How many you need?
1 Thank
Here
you.
you go. Now these are better because you can tap them. Just hover over them, press 3. So you found that land?
Yeah, I'm done.
The land you wanted?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, are these I already slept once, right? I
Right.
slept one turn.
They untap this turn, that's correct. What does the 4-2 do? Or 4-3?
It doesn't do anything like until it attacks.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's game. I'm pretty sure that's game. Let me just quickly assess.
Got the trigger from the enchantment, but
Yeah, that's game, dude. Good game. Good game.